Alright guys, that Idaho sunrise is just beautiful. It is just beautiful. So we are on our way down to RSK today. Being out in Florida the past week has really slowed the progress down on Goldmember. However, we're down to 2 pieces left on that build, and that's the RSK-cage and the P47 turbo. I got the rest of the stuff wrapped up yesterday. We got the muffler on, some things cleaned up, so I figured I better go down and get the cage today, because in 50 hours or so we're going to be on the road headed to Oklahoma. So I'm going to go down, get it, bring it back home, get it installed. That way tomorrow all I have to do is worry about the turbo. We'll get all the little things buttoned up, like the MB whips have to go on the cage, the rugged radio antenna mount has to go on the cage, we've got the prisms, and then just cleaning up a little bit of wire back behind. I left some extra wire back there, make sure everything ran up to the cage without having to cut anything or undo any of the wiring. So we'll get that done, and yeah, should be pretty awesome. For those of you who don't know, RSK, Rebel Style Customs, they build cages and a few other things, but their cages are amazing. So there's a link in the description below. You can go check out what they do, but they are awesome. Their cages look amazing. They're strong, and Vern and Aubrey are just amazing people. So go check them out. And yeah, kind of excited. Good to be back from Florida. It was rough because I had to shorten up the trip quite a bit with the hurricane headed in. So Hurricane Helene, or Helen, I believe it's Helene. It's going to do some work, and it was right where I was at. So for those of you who don't know, I own a security company, and I go out to Florida. I work for 2 different marijuana companies out there. When they open new dispensaries, I go out there and I basically get the store prepped for open with all of their data, low voltage security, all that fun stuff. So we just did 2 stores. I guess I just did 2 stores in the Atlantic and Cape Coral, which Cape Coral is just right in the path of where that hurricane's going to hit, just south of Tampa, about an hour. So I'm glad I got out of there. I do feel for all the people that are going to be there. From what it's looking like, it is going to be devastating. So prayers for those guys. Not ideal, but we will be there at Rebel Style Customs shortly. So for you guys, it's going to be just like that. And we have arrived. Time to go inside and see what this cage looks like. All right, guys. I don't know how well you can see it, but man, that looks awesome. Just a good looking cage. I am super excited to get this on there. See, it's sparkle. So it's gonna look good. I am excited for it. So now we're literally just turning and burning. Gonna turn right around and head back up, but get some stickers from Aubrey. Oh yeah, that should easily fit the look I'm going for. So these guys are awesome. All right, guys, we are finally almost done. I'm not gonna say done because I still got a little bit of wrap up, but just a teaser. Cage, turbo is on, exhaust is all connected. We still got some cleanup of wiring to do, obviously. I gotta route that up there. I gotta get the whips put on. And Brianna is gonna help me start this thing. I don't know if the battery's charged, so let's see what we can do. Nope, she's deader than a doornail. It's a different color, right? Yeah. Yep, round 2. All right, exhaust leaks fixed. We got the boss here. She's gonna do it again. So let's start it and make sure all the exhaust leaks are fixed. There we go.
15 minutes. Let it heat up, then we can check the oil and make sure the oil level is good, and it should be done. So I'm going to back it out in the sun and clean it up and get some pictures for you. All right, so as you saw this morning, I went down to RSK, got the cage, got home. Sitting on the doorstep was a nice shiny turbo from Evolution Powersports. The P47 is here, meaning this thing is pretty much done. I mean, there's a couple little stupid things I gotta fix. Like, I didn't know that there's a left and a right light, but there is a mirror, lighted mirror. So left and a right side. So now my Sector 7's upside down, which is shitty. However, I don't care right now. I'll fix it when I get back. But look at that cage. Can you see that sparkle? So sick. So Colton at Tula Powder Coating did that for me. But let's just give you a walk around of this car now that it's done. I got to put flags on the whips, but aside from that, she's done. I mean, a little bit of cleanup. Battery's dead because I left shit on. That's my fault. I'm an idiot. However, that's easy fix. So without further ado, here she is. There's Goldmember. Look at that. See that gold? So I am excited. This thing is gonna be so fun. Just look at that. Look how mean those look. All right, so now that this thing is pretty much done, I got a lot of people to thank for this build, and I'm gonna walk around it and kind of show you everything I've got on it. So, I mean, we'll start with start at the top. Let's start with MB Whips. So Matt Barker, MB Whips. We got his Pro Series massive whip, and then we've got his rock light kit. You can see rock lights there all the way around. I've even got his front lights. Those are going to be super bright. I got everything tied into Ren's switch panel on and off road automotive. I got to do some cleaning up there. I got lights on the interior, all cleaned up there. So MB Whips, thank you, Matt. Your stuff is amazing. I appreciate you being awesome and supporting us. This thing is going to be bright. Now, up at the front, got DRT. So DRT got us hooked up with these this bumper and these. Now I paid for these, but he actually let me get these fenders before they released. Fenders, fender flares, whatever these things are called. They are awesome. I love them. They just look mean. It gives the whole car just a different vibe. And I think it looks angry. So then we got Hostiles. Best wheel in the game. I love these things. Bam! Got some spike lug nuts on there because I'm a ricer and why not. Santire Unlimited Cody. Hooking it up with the Blackbird 32s. These things are awesome. Then we got Robbie from Tread Cuts getting these things all cut up for us. Now these are brand new. These are his Prodigy 33s. These haven't been cut yet, but these are just barely out. He just launched those at the Sand Sport Super Show. There we go. So I'm excited to see how these do. They just look really cool, so I wanted to rock them on this car instead of putting them on the Razor. So that's pretty sweet. Then we got Sector 7, obviously. Put the upside down Sector 7. These are really bright, and I'll show you these at night. We'll do a full thing on it, but you got a cool color changing LED here, plus your lights. And then right there, that's how you control it. And then as we move back, well, let's just start at the top. I mean, we've already showed you the amazing powder coating that Colton did at Tula Powder Coating. Obviously RSK, their cages are the best. I mean, just look how nasty that thing looks. It's amazing. Just sets this car off. I'm pretty excited about it. Then, as you can see, this just crazy wrap, Barrett Hepburn Designs. This guy right here. If you want an awesome crazy wrap, give Barrett a call. Well, I guess you don't really call him. You message him on Facebook. He sets up a Zoom call, and then you design your wrap together. So you actually give all of your input, everything ready to go on there. Pretty awesome. And then obviously we got the rugged radios. You can kind of see behind here. Go around to the other side so you can see how they have these in there. Bam. Ruggeds. In the other video you saw how I ran those through there. Look pretty awesome. Thank you, Michael Leclerc, for the harnesses. That one I broke, so I bought another one. I'll put that in later today or tomorrow. Maybe even out in Oklahoma. I don't really care at this point, but that's gonna happen. That way, if somebody wants a ride, I can at least give them a ride. And then last but not least, I saved the most for last because there's so much on this car. These guys right here, Evolution Powersports. So Jim, Sam, Gavin, the whole team over there at Evo have been super awesome to work with. We had Brianna's car completely done. This actually has a few more things than Brianna's car on there, like that for one, the bed delete. But Evo really killed it on this car. So obviously you've got your front grille, which we put the wrap in there, set it off a little bit. We got paddle shifters. Can't really see, but the ECU obviously is unlocked. This car is on the Paragon P47 tune, or P47 turbo with the E85 tune. I've got the fuel pump in there. Got that all wired back. I've got all of the Evo charge pipes. I got the Evo HFI high flow intake. We got the Evo catch can, Evo exhaust, Evo shocker, and then there's the P47 in all of her glory. That turbo makes this thing just so fun. We got the Evo bed delete, EVP, and then I wanted to try something different. So Brianna's exhaust, as you can see, these kind of are tilted. I wanted to kind of tilt them away from each other. Brianna's is tilted, hers is tilted down like that. So instead of these being here, they're sideways or straight up and down. I don't know how you say that. Anyways, hers is a little different, so I wanted to try something different on this one. I wanted to try this with the rugged radio. So instead of having a hole drilled in the roof, we'll mount it there. We'll just see what that does for reception. Theoretically, it should do just fine. I'm thinking it should do just fine. We've also got the trans tune on here. We got the EVP clamp. We got the hose kit, blow off valve. I can't even think of what else. Like everything Evo has for this car, pretty much this thing has. You can see badass intake in there. That is one of my favorite things because all of the turbo noises all the time, and it's super loud. Helmet is pretty much required because it's loud, especially when you're just beating on it. The turbo noises are awesome on this car. So that is a quick walk around. I'm trying to think. I can't think of anybody else. I'm pretty sure I've covered everybody on this car. And if I'm forgetting somebody, I do apologize. It's been a long couple weeks. I mean, I can't forget, obviously, Karl Malone. That's where I buy all of our vehicles from. They are awesome. Derek and his team down at Karl Malone in Provo. They always take care of us, super friendly, and they just make the process very easy. I actually had somebody pick this up and bring it up to Invasion. They did everything remotely. Those guys are awesome. So I am pumped. This thing is done and ready to go. Obviously there's some wire cleanup and a few things, like when I wired up all the lights, the rock lights. I planned on having a bed at the time, and then I said screw it, let's just do the bed delete. So I got some cleanup to do on that, but there she is. There's Goldmember. She is done. So now out in Oklahoma, we're gonna see what she does. I'm gonna put on a hot tune and see how well it hangs on the drag strip and just have a good time on it, do some racing. And then when we get back from that, we're going down to Takeover. Gonna race it down there and just put some miles on it, see what it'll do. So I'm really excited to see what this thing does at sea level. Here we're at a little over 5,000 feet. So there, I mean, it's fast, but obviously at sea level, it's gonna run completely different. I'm pretty excited to see how that does, but there she is. For all those who have seen the build process, thank you for watching. Hopefully this turned out as cool. I've got a lot of fingerprints I need to get off of there, but man, that wrap just pops. You're gonna see that from a long ways away, which that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted something super loud, and I don't think you can get much louder than that. Look at that. I like gold. In the wintertime, obviously these are not going to stay yellow because they clash really bad. Those are going black. I don't know if they're going to go sparkly black or just flat black. Probably just flat black. I think sparkles will be a little too much. So yeah. Oh, one other thing, Ride Dog, the security system in this thing, I forgot about that. I showed you in a previous video what that looks like. I showed you the app. It's pretty awesome. So now I can see obviously where this thing is at all times. But thank you guys for following along with the build. We'll have some great action shots and videos of this thing here shortly. And if you liked it, subscribe, follow along, and you'll see a lot more of what this thing's gonna do. We'll see if it's as fun as I hope it's gonna be. I'm pretty positive it will be. All the power's there. So I'm curious if these base models are any lighter. I do like this better, actually. So yeah, it sucks I don't have the touchscreen. I'm gonna see if I can put one in there. But I do like having all of that stuff on there. I feel like there's more information on that dash than you can get on the other one. If I don't do that, then I'm gonna have my buddy Brandon actually 3D print like pods right here. So we'll do a wideband, a boost gauge, and I don't know, something else, but that'd be kind of cool. Just have 3 gauges popping out right there. That'd be nifty. So we'll see. Got a little bit of cleanup to do. I glued in this thing. It's kind of ugly. I didn't realize Gorilla Glue foams. Kind of made it look like shit, but yeah. Well, there we are, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.